of basketball, man. The release came out yesterday. Your shoes, the P3s. Why did you do it now, and what's the purpose of doing the shoe right now?
Well, obviously Desmond Meriwether was a great friend of mine, childhood friend, and it was just when he brought the threes out in those colors, that was the theme for them, and it's better late than never. I know it's been a few years since he's passed away, but we'll never let his legacy die. He's a legend and he'll live forever. And anything that I can do to show my love and support of him, I'm going to do. So with having to do it for Dez in the shoe, it's special to me and the community of Binghamton.
Hey, the next question is everybody asking for the hookup, man. When they coming out and when I'm getting my pair?
I don't know. I got to talk to compliance about that. I got to watch how this works.
Jason?
Morning, Penny.
Morning.
How is the health of the team? It's 2 weeks out from the start of the season. So how's everybody feeling, both I guess COVID related and otherwise? Are you guys all everybody on the floor?
Yeah, everybody's fully on the floor. The guys are feeling great. We don't even have any little knick-knack injuries. Had small things where guys have to sit out a couple days, but nothing major. No COVID situation. Hopefully that stays the same. Knock on wood for that, because all around the country we're witnessing coaches and players, testing positive and things of that nature. So we're just blessed to all be negative right now.
Cassie?
Good morning, Coach. How have you seen Alo mature over this offseason, and what do you see as the next step for him?
Well, Alo, going into you said Alo, right? Yeah, he's going into his junior season, so he's starting to figure it out on this level. I think that being from Memphis, there's a lot of pressure. Being a successful player from Memphis as well, there was a lot of pressure that he put on himself, and just wanted to do well. And I think now he's starting to figure out his niche on this level. He came back with a clear mind and has great energy every day and making some really good decisions on a daily basis. The things that I challenge him on, he's doing them, and he's getting hungrier for knowledge as well. So he's really looking forward to his junior season.
Terry?
Sorry about that. Hey, Coach, the next question everybody's asking about is scheduling, man. I know it's still fluid because of COVID, and are you guys still planning on going to South Dakota with all the people that's coming out right now?
Yeah, scheduling is almost done. We're just trying to finalize contracts, but it's really pretty much done. And yes, we are still going to South Dakota as of now. I mean, there's no one else that has gotten out. We feel like they replaced them with some pretty good teams. It was kind of, a blow to lose Duke, to lose Ohio State, and then to lose Dayton. But you get some good teams coming in, St. Mary's, Utah State, and South Dakota State. But it's not the same tournament. But you still, in the beginning of the season, it's a great tournament to starting.
Danielle?
How far into you guys, were you planning for Ohio State, I guess? How much had you started looking at them when you got word that St. Mary's was going to be in instead?
Well, as soon as we knew that we were playing Ohio State, we gathered footage and started scouting and studying them. Obviously, they don't have the big guy, Big Weston back, and a few players are gone. But we tried to get a rhythm on what they did last year and watched a lot of film, was really putting a game plan together to start putting things in and what we were going to see about 3 weeks ago. And then it changed to St. Mary's. So now we're on that game plan.
Mike?
Morning, Penny. How are you?
Good morning.
You said that all the guys are on the floor, but the little bit of video that we've been able to see out of practice, haven't seen Isaiah in any of that video. What's the latest with him? Is there any issues with Isaiah? Is he there? What's going on with him?
Well, Isaiah's kind of going through, some personal issues right now, but we expect him back this week. And that's all I can say on that. We just, we're supporting him, and he has not been on the floor, recently, but, we're expecting him back this week.
And there's a lot with everything that happened last year with James. You got another high profile recruit in Musa this year. I know you guys learned from last year. Is everything good with him in terms of, we're sitting here 2 weeks from the season, is Musa going to be there in the opener and not have any issues?
Well, as we know, we haven't heard anything differently, that he's not. So we hope that just stays the same. But the NCAA, you never know. They have to do their homework and due diligence. But right now, he's practicing and being ready and prepared to go when we go on the 25th.
Mark?
Yeah, Penny, along those lines, it's year 3 for you as a college coach. Everyone talks about the roster's more experienced. Do you feel just do you feel like you've been through pretty much everything? Does it not feel new and does nothing feel new anymore to you as a coach? Do you feel like an experienced college coach now at this point?
Well, just understanding the game. Always been a huge college fan. Always following college basketball, and now being in it. The 2 years that I've coached has taught me a lot. I mean, I've studied a lot of the great teams, the great coaches that have been very successful on this level. And I don't think that anything would surprise me. I think that we're ready for every situation, every scenario for a team that presses, a team that plays zone, a team that plays good man-to-man, all the different situations and how people flow on their offense and how they play defense. So I don't think anything will shock me anymore. I think in the beginning, I was learning on the fly on this level, but after 2 years, I think I've seen enough to understand what I need to do as a coach.
Does that apply off the court too, with whether it's dealing with the NCAA or dealing with kids' academics, all the stuff that happens outside of the basketball court too?
Yeah, with the way that I came in so late. I came in March, so it was like really late in the season, so I had to hit the ground running. So now I'm feeling like everything is back to normal, like a normal way of looking at things. In the beginning, I was fast tracking everything, and everything seemed so overwhelming early because I had to get caught up. But now I'm caught up and looking at things better off the court and on the court.
Thanks.
Terry?
Hey, Penny, since we can't see practice, man, who's been dominating and who's been impressed you and who's shocked you so far in practice?
I don't think not one person is really just dominating the practices. I think it's just been, to me, and this is not a political answer, it's refreshing to have the freshmen understand their roles and their jobs now. I think that they put a lot of pressure on themselves. So I'm really happy to see that group of Damian Ball, DJ, Lester, and those guys basically just kind of come together and understand what they need to do. And Malcolm and those guys, because, I'm happy to see them back out there. And as far as dominating, I don't just think there's one person that's dominating. It's been great to see DeAndre and Landers on the court with the guys because we recruited those guys without actually having seen them in a gym, just through footage. So to see those guys and to see how good they really are in person has been a great addition. And as far as Musa, we understood what he was. He's a great defender that protects the rim and rebounds the crap out of the ball and is learning on the fly with the offensive side of the ball.
Jeff?
Oh,
You're on mute, Jeff.
there we are. 2 questions. One is, do you feel pressure that you have to make the tournament this year in year 3? And then secondly, how are DJ and Landers complement each other and play off of each other as different ball players? Those are the 2 questions.
I don't know if I feel pressure from anything else outside of myself and wanting to make the tournament. The first year finishing 5th, the second year finishing 5th in the conference, not making it the first year going to the NIT, and then who knows what would have happened last year, having to play 4 games, 4 days in a row. That doesn't sit well with me because that's not what I came here to do. Obviously, it's taking time because I had Coach Smith's team the first year, and then got the young class last year, and then starting to shape up in the form by getting some older guys and the freshmen being sophomores. But I put more pressure on myself to want to do that because I feel like we have a tournament team. And what's the second part of that question? I'm sorry.
DJ and Landers, how do they complement each other as players?
They're two totally different players. Landers is pretty much a spot-up shooter that just, man, he might be the best shooter in the country. And DJ is more of an all-around player. So they feed off of each other in that way. Landers very high IQ guy, understands his game, is not going to go out there and try to do things that he can't do. When they're playing on the same teams, DJ is really creating for him, and he's knocking down shots, and DJ's just being, doing everything.
Samaria?
Hey, Coach, it's Samaria. It's fine. Or Sam. Sam works.
Sorry.
I was just wanting to know how the preseason poll have kind of motivated you all to kind of push harder and work harder.
Yeah, we obviously pay attention to that because even though the voters don't know it all, they're judging off what happened last year. So motivation as a coach, they're looking at me as a young coach. They're looking at our team. It's been a young team that hasn't gotten it together yet. So they put us right on the outskirts of the top 25 or whatever to just say, hey, if you guys do well, then we'll put you in. If you don't, you'll be where you're supposed to be. And it is a motivational deal for us because we feel like we have the talent, even though we haven't proven anything yet, and we know that we have to prove. But that definitely drives us to want to, to show and prove. Because I remember last year when we had that 10-game win streak, we got all the way up to 9. We lost one game, and then all of a sudden we dropped off the face of the earth, and then that's the respect that they give us. So we're going to have to earn everything, and we know that, but it does motivate us for sure.
Danielle?
You have a lot of guys who can play multiple positions. Are you starting to get a sense now maybe for, different combinations of players that you are going to be able to play in real time in games?
Yeah, it's a great luxury to have with all of this length and talent that we have to play multiple positions. Because, Landers played some small ball 5 when he was at Virginia Tech. And, DeAndre Williams played small ball 5 when he was at Evansville. And then you can go bigger lineup with Musa and Malcolm in there at the same time. And they both can play well together. So it's so many combinations that we've seen in practice that we like and that we feel like we can take advantage of. And we're definitely going to be exploring that during the season.
Where do you feel like Ahmad fits in? Do you ever see maybe him and Musa on the floor at the same time, or do you think they'll have to spell one another?
Right now, I would say no, because they're both being brought up to speed. They're both very new players to the system. So I don't know if we'd have both of them out on the floor at the same time. You don't have that cushion where you play exhibition games and then you play a lighter schedule leading up to like the bigger schedule. So I don't know if those guys would be on the floor at the same time. But they'll definitely probably be, subbing for one another.
Clayton?
Hey, Coach, is there any update or any movement when it comes to DeAndre Williams? And especially with the way that the NCAA has been generous this year with granting eligibility, are you confident that he'll be able to make an impact for you guys this year? Yeah, I'm very confident because of his story. What we gave to the NCAA, and we feel like that we've done a great job on explaining his situation, and I don't think that there's any doubt in my mind that he will get a waiver, from what we gave them, and it's just waiting on them to make the decision, but I think that decision will be very soon. Do you think that he'll be eligible come the beginning of the season? I know it's tough to judge exactly, but. I think so. I think with our communication, with our compliance with the NCAA, I think that it'll happen before the first game of the season.
Mike?
Penny, 2 of your guys of this recruiting class officially signed yesterday, and you weren't able to talk about them yesterday, but can you get us your thoughts on Nesbitt and Minot and what they'll bring to this team next year?
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Nesbitt first from St. Louis. He reminds me so much of Dwayne Wade when he was younger, a Jimmy Butler type player, really strong, very athletic, really tough, just can play some point, that understands the game, very unselfish and very tough. Just we need that grittiness that he brings to the table, and just definitely blessed to have him. He's going to grow every year, and he wants it. He's very hungry. Josh Minot, longer, lanky kid. That has guard skills, very high IQ, can play multiple positions, inside and outside, and it's a matchup problem in my mind especially when he moves to the forward because he has guard skills. So definitely excited to have both of those kids coming to us next year.
And next week is a big week, obviously, for the program with the NBA draft. Do you feel like an expectant father because of these guys and what might happen next Wednesday? And also, have you talked to them and what are their nerves and what are they feeling like, here 6 days before their lives are about to change?
Well, yeah, I do, especially with James, because James came to me in high school, have a better relationship or a longer relationship with him than I do with Precious. But, both of those guys are well deserving of what they're getting and where they're going to go in the draft. They're both excited. Precious says he was wishing that he could have competed against a lot of the guys that he feels like that they have in front of him, to show his worth because he's just a warrior. And James is just sitting back, just, doing workouts and just chilling. So both of these guys are just humble and just waiting on their opportunity. But yeah, I'm very excited as a coach that's coached both of those kids, and to see how hard they worked, and now for that to be able to pay off next week is a great feeling.
Jason, last question.
Penny, Lester was such a versatile player for you last year. And I guess my question is, was that more out of necessity than anything else? Did he have to do more than what you would have liked for him to do? And if so, does the fact that you've added people like Landers and DeAndre and Musa, like, is that going to allow Lester to sort of be able to focus more on one thing or two things as opposed to 4 or 5 things? And then second question, just your general thoughts on finally getting to a season.
Yeah, well, first with Lester, he was definitely an Iron Man for us last year. Even though he got injured early when we went on that 10-game win streak, he's a guy that defends, knock down shots, rebounds, does all the little small things for us. And I think I rewarded him with that, averaging around 29, 30 minutes a night. Landers coming, DeAndre coming does take a lot of pressure off of him, but he has guys out there that are going to be just like him. They're going to grind and fight on that same level. So I think I'll never be able to calm him down to wanting to do more, even though I'm trying to make him more of a spot-up shooter and hunting shots and then just being a defender. He's always going to want to do more because that's just his personality. So, and I applaud that as well because he's just a competitor. He's one of our better competitors. So just happy to have him. And I don't know if it will definitely help having other guys that do the same thing that he does. And maybe he doesn't have to focus as much in those areas. And getting ready for the season and the season finally coming and being able to play a game, we're all excited about that because we're kind of tired of picking on one another and ready to play a real game against someone else.
Hey, what's up, Alo?
Hey, what's up?
Not as much, man. I know last year, you played a nice, consistent season. In this offseason, you've been working really hard. Tell us what you've done to improve your game and what your expectation is on what you're going to plan to do this year.
I come in every year with a defensive first mindset. And, I kind of do pretty good with everything, just trying to be a leader with the team. And I just want to come in and do that 10 times better, better passes for my teammates, be a better leader, vocal, be in every rotation on the defensive end, and just be the glue guy that I am and just embrace my role for this team.
Hey, what's that on your face, man? That's a little dark shadow, man. What's going on with that?
Yeah, man, I got a little quarantine beard, COVID-19 beard.
Mark?
Hey, look, I'm in that club too.
I see.
Just this is your third year. A lot of those freshmen are now sophomores. How much easier or how much smoother does this all feel this year, having a team that's made up not majority freshmen anymore?
It reminds me back of my freshman year. I had a lot of guys that was kind of older, and they kind of knew the game. The game was kind of slowed up to them. And now coming in this year, we had a lot of freshmen last year. They had a season under their belt. They know what to expect. They know there's not going to be anything given to them. They got to work for everything. And they just got to come in with a chip on their shoulder. And the game kind of slowing down for all of us at the same time. So that's kind of just a plus for everybody.
Thanks.
Clayton?
Hey, Alo. Penny was talking a little earlier about the Penny threes that are coming out. I saw you tweeted about it with, it honoring Des. I mean, to still have that, and Des be remembered, throughout your guys' progression, to this level. I mean, what does that mean for you to see Penny continuing to do that?
It's still a dream come true. I'm still a kid, and then seeing these things is like a dream come true. I never expected to be in this situation, and we're kind of living Coach Dez's dream, and we're kind of keeping his name alive. We're going to forever keep his name alive. And for Coach Penny to have a shoe dedicated to him, it just shows what type of person he is, and it just shows that he's a great friend to Dez, and he's going to forever just keep his name alive and keep the community alive.
When you talk about, winning a national championship, getting there, I mean, for you, how much is Des, kind of his prophecy that he put out for you, how much is that, in your mind when you're talking about just your goal of getting to that point one day?
It's in my mind 24/7 every day. I don't go a day without thinking about Coach Des. I say the slogan every day. Every time I step on the court, I think about him, because when I was in the 5th and 6th grade, he always told me that I was a soldier. He always told me that I could compete with the best. He always told me that always be confident, you can be one of the greatest. And I just always kept that mindset, no matter the situation. He told me to always be yourself, and the right person going to see you one day. Never change, and just always be yourself. So one thing that's always stick with me, I'm gonna forever just be myself, play the game the right way, and let the chips fall where they may.
Danielle?
Alo, as a point guard, when you have so many other guys around you who can play in different spots and move around, what is that like for you to, one day you might look over and at the 2, it's Landers, and the next day it might be Lester. How has that been going in practice, just kind of getting used to that movement as guys find their rhythm?
It's like a dream come true for a point guard. You can close your eyes and tell coach to pick your team for you, and when you open them, regardless of who he pick, you're happy, because you got guys that can handle their own. You got guys that know the offense. You got high IQ guys. You got future NBA players on every position on this team. So it's just a great feeling at my position to just have guys that can create their own shot, that can read me, that can be on the same page as me. I don't have to tell them things. They kind of just understand me. And it's just a great feeling coming from a point guard. And it's just coach did a great job of recruiting, and he got great players.
Cassie?
Hey, Alo, Coach was saying that being from Memphis, there's some pressure on you to be a great Memphis basketball player. Did you ever feel that? And do you feel like now that you have a couple of years under your belt, it's kind of like been a relief?
Yeah, I mean, being from Memphis, and you all always hearing about the Memphis greats when you were younger, and when they get done playing college ball, you still hear about them 10 to 15 years later. Coming from here, I want to kind of be that one day, but I don't put too much pressure on myself. I just play basketball. I do what Coach Des taught me and Coach Penny taught me. And at the end of the day, if the true fans and if basketball fans appreciate and love it, it'll be still talked about 10, 15 years from now. But the main goal for me is just to win. I feel like if I win, that's the best way for that to happen. Not try to be selfish and not try to single myself out to be an all-time Memphis great. I just want to come in and win. And like I said, let everything fall, let the chips fall where they may.
Terry?
Hey, Alo, this summer you got a chance to play with Musa a lot, and you guys almost like y'all been playing together for like 20 years. So how has it been playing with Musa, DeAndre, and Landers under the structure of Penny's practices?
Oh man, I love playing with Musa. That's my baby OG. He called me OG. I call him baby OG. We got a great connection with each other. I love when he going to go sit a down screen. I tell him to slip every time. The ball gonna go high in the air. He gonna catch. He gonna do a great job of catching. He does a great job of finishing. And he's just doing a good job. He's a freshman, so I talk to him a lot. Let him know that college is not going to be easy. So you just gotta be aware of everything and just play your game, play hard. And he's been doing a great job of that. And with Landers and DeAndre, man, those guys are tough. It's like a coach's dream. Those type of players, because they're mature basketball players. They kind of remind me of myself. They can think plays 2-3 plays ahead. So. And they're going to make shots. They're going to make sure that they're doing their job, doing their assignments at all times. And they're going to, first off, just make sure the team is together. And they're going to be dogs on defensive end. So just playing with guys that kind of remind me of myself and they're going to try to do the right play at all times, it just makes everything much easier for everybody else.
Mike?
Morning, Alo. Couple of things. How motivated are you guys? Last year you had a lot of the pub with that great recruiting class and everything else. This year the poll comes out and you guys are barely outside. Just in terms of motivation and the brand Memphis basketball, how motivated are you guys going into the season?
Yeah, Coach just told us today that we were ranked 27. That's a number that he told us about. And but me personally, whether we were ranked 27 or top 5, I was motivated more than ever, especially coming from last year and my freshman year of not being where we should have been and being with the Memphis Tigers and getting back to where we should be to our prime time playing basketball. I feel like this team is motivated more than ever because we're in here battling hard every day. We're seeing each other's strengths and weaknesses. Everybody's strengths is way better than the weaknesses, and we can get to a point to where everybody is playing to their strengths and hide weaknesses for each other. That's the great thing about this team, that we can feed off each other in that way. And I feel like we're all locked in. We're all mature enough to know that this is a very important season, and the only way that we can get to our goal is to play professional basketball somewhere is to win. And I feel like everybody realized that, and we can do something special.
And on that, Alo, you know, how excited is it that you're just a couple of weeks away with everything you guys have been through? It's COVID this and COVID that, mask this, mask that, but Thanksgiving's almost here, and in less than a couple of weeks, you're going to roll it out there. Just the excitement level that it's here.
Oh man, I'm more excited than ever. I feel like a little kid in the candy store right now with this basketball game coming up and within a week or two. I just can't wait. I enjoy the process every time. I love the shoot-arounds before the game. I love the traveling and getting to there just because I know I'm about to get ready and play a game. And whenever a game coming up, you know, I'm just more excited than ever because I get a chance to showcase my talent to the world.
All right, Danielle, last question.
What was it like when DJ got hurt last year? How did you guys have to come in and support him as teammates? And what is it like now, you know, having him back healthy, almost 100%?
Oh, man. When DJ got hurt last year, me personally, it kind of hurt me because, you know, I've been playing with DJ since I was younger, and I've been knowing him since I was younger. So I was more hurt as a friend because, you know, I don't like to see my friends hurt and out doing something that they love. And as a teammate, man, it kind of hurt us too because DJ was a very important piece, man. DJ, to me, could be like a top 5 player in the country, you know. So not having DJ last year kind of hurt us a lot because he was a big piece to us, and we kind of just, you know, came around, tried to keep his confidence up while he was out, talked to him, let him know that we still got his back, and just wanted to let him know that when he get back, man, we know he's going to get back balling. He's going to help this team.
Jason?
Morning, Landers.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm all right. So I guess we're less than 2 weeks out now from the season opener. I guess, what do you know about St. Mary's? And then give us a sense of how the team is looking and feeling less than 2 weeks out.
With 2 weeks out, I know completely nothing about St. Mary's, honestly. I just come in and work with my guys every day, and we trying to get better as a team.
Terry?
Speaking of getting better with a team, you've had a couple of weeks under your belt to learn Penny's system. How are you learning the system, and how are you developing with, you know, Alo, DJ, and the rest of the team?
It's for sure NBA offense. So it's definitely getting you ready for the next level, getting us ready for the season, teaching us how to space the floor and play off each other and play to our strengths. So playing with Alo and DJ, I mean, it's lovely. You got a great point guard. You got another great wing, another guy that can complement me and the rest of our team. So it's been amazing.
Danielle?
I know you felt like you weren't used in your correct position in the last couple of years. So where do you really see yourself night in, night out on this team? Is it one position? Is it multiple positions?
I feel like I can play and guard both positions, or multiple positions actually, on either end. So I see it from like anywhere from 1 to 4. I mean, depending on the situation we need, depending on who had foul trouble, you never know what we might need. I might end up playing a 5 sometimes. It's just what we need on that night.
Jason?
What you've seen out of Lester so far? What does he like? What's his role in the team going to be like? What does he do that impresses you?
He for sure is going to be the glue guy. I mean, we're going to depend on him some nights to hit big shots, tough shots, complicated shots, guard the best player. I mean, he could do it all. It's just about our mindset. I mean, we got to just come in locked in every day. Can't let anything distract us. As long as he does that, I mean, he's going to be that guy.
Mike?
Morning, Landers. Just can you give us a sense of the excitement level of this team as you guys sit here just a couple of weeks away? You know, a lot of the guys DJ just mentioned he's excited because he didn't even know that if you guys were going to have a season, and now you guys are close. How much excitement is there that you're almost ready to throw this thing up for real?
As a team, it's definitely exciting. I mean, we just hoping these next 14 days we can just actually get there and it don't be excitement, it can actually be a reality. So once we step on the court, I know for sure we're going to give it our all and we're going to play basketball.
I don't know how much you've known of Memphis Madness over the years, but it was a big deal. 18,000. Penny came out in the smoke last year. You guys don't have that this year. It's a virtual thing. How weird was that? And do you feel like you're missing out a little bit about your Memphis experience because you're not able to do the madness the right way?
It's not really weird to me. I mean, this whole COVID thing, it messed up everything. Like it messed up lives, it messed up opportunities, and messed up situations. So, I mean, we're not focused on a little madness. I mean, it was fun participating in it for sure, but with no fans, I mean, it was still fun. Like we had our team there, we had our coaches there, we had other people there. So we don't really look at that. We're trying to focus on the season and have fun doing that.
Danielle?
Penny has mentioned, Landers, that you and DeAndre came in and assumed leadership roles. Was that something that came naturally to you?
The way I play basketball is real. The way we play basketball is actually is different from what everybody is accustomed to and accustomed to seeing. So our style is just, I guess you can say it was easy, but how we came up the last 2-3 years, being in college already, like seeing certain situations from the red shirt year to the actual year we played, I mean, I feel it was kind of easy.
All right, Jason, first question for DJ.
Morning, DJ.
Morning.
What's the biggest difference this time now as opposed to this time a year ago with the team, with the just the general feel of how things are right now? Just what's the biggest difference right now?
I had to say that we got a lot older. We're not freshmen like we were last year. Last year was a lot of we didn't know what was going to happen. So now we know what to expect this year coming into, and we got a lot of older guys that's been there and done that. So we're not young anymore. So we just got one freshman, Musa, and we just got to lift him up and teach him the ins and outs of college. And I feel like we just more experienced this year.
Danielle?
Hey, DJ, good morning. First of all, how's your knee feeling? Like, do you feel like you're at 100%?
Yes, ma'am. I'm back 100%.
Awesome. And what has it been like, just to be back and, try and mesh with all of these new guys? And then secondly, do you feel pressure with kind of the preseason accolades that you've gotten personally and the way last season ended to kind of come out with a bang this year?
I don't feel like there's any pressure, because they're just acknowledging my talent. But like at the end of the day, it's still a team sport. And, I just got to go out there and lead and do right and just give it my all every time, just like everybody else, because it's a team sport. I'm not looking at the individual awards because, it'll be nice. But at the end of the day, we all want to win a national championship. That's the ultimate goal. So, we just coming in, getting better every day and fighting. And, if I do win the award, good. If I don't, it is what it is. But I'm more focused on just us winning.
Mike?
DJ, take you back to the end of January last year, and how hard was it sitting, not being able to help, especially with as good a start as you were off to? And then is there anybody on this team more eager for the season to start than you because you had to sit out last year?
Well, I'll say it was hard because, we went through a little span where we was losing when I first went out. And, I feel like there was a lot I could have did when I got hurt, but I was just trying to stay positive and not be depressed or nothing like that, even though it's hard. But, once Corona hit, I just started working hard and rehabbing on my knee and, trying to get back. I don't feel like there's nobody that's more excited than me to play, but I'm pretty sure they are. So, I'm just eager to get back and play my first game again because, my season ended short last year.
The expectations for you guys, are you guys motivated? Maybe not even you more so because of the injury, but as a team, Alo and Penny just talked about, you're just on the cusp of the top 25. It seems like this team is always motivated by something. What's motivating you guys this year as you get ready to roll the ball out?
I mean, we're motivated because, you know, they got us, we're not in the top 25 and we feel like we're a top 25 team. So, you know, we just going, when we go to South Dakota, we're going to go out there and prove it and, you know, just show the world that we're a real legitimate runner for the national championship. And, you know, just, you know, we always play with the edge because it's the Memphis way. So this is how we got to play.
Jeff? I think you're muted, Jeff.
You're muted, Jeff.
Hey, DJ. Thanks.
Hey.
Appreciate it. So how do you play off of Landers? How do you guys complement each other? And if you're down one, last seconds, who gets the last shot?
Me and Landers, we play well off each other. You know, Landers can shoot the ball really well, and, you know, I can shoot the ball really well. But, you know, I'm more of a downhill guy, so, you know, he's a good guy to have. If two people come to me and I just kick it out to him and to take the last shot, I mean, I don't know who would take the last shot, whoever coach draws a play up for. But if he calls my name, you know, I'm gonna be ready and I'm gonna make it. If he calls his name, he's gonna be ready to make it, whoever. So, you know, I don't know who will take the last shot, to answer that question.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Jason?
You told me a little while back that coach had come to you and said that he wants you to be the leader, the alpha dog, all that stuff. How's that going? And then secondly, give us a sense of what DeAndre Williams is like as a player. Like, you know, none of us have seen him since he left Evansville. So just give us paint the picture for us what he brings to the table.
DeAndre, he's 6'9", you know, he can handle the ball, he can score, he can drive, you know. He's really his best aspect is his playmaking. He can play make from the forward position, you know, like he can bring the ball up the court, set us up in the offense, you know. He can do pretty much anything. And he's a great piece to have on this team because, you know, he makes Alo's job easy, the guard's job easy, like, because he's another guy that can bring the ball up the court. You know, he's just a great all-around player, and I feel like he's a great addition to this team. And what was your first question?
Just how's the leadership? Like you sort of stepping up and being the leader that Penny wanted you to be. How's that going?
I'll say it's going good. You know, last year I struggled, you know, learning the low man and the nail, you know, the defense. You know, this year I've just been trying to get with the film guy and Penny and asking them, like, Coach, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? You know, just trying to be more vocal because, you know, I come off as a shy guy. So, you know, I'm just trying to be more vocal, you know, trying to be a better leader. So that's some of the things I've been doing, trying to get better.
Terry?
What's up, DeCorion? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Terry. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Hey, man, it seemed like you having a lot of fun. You know, even when you was injured, you know, you still having a happy face. So how's your attitude going into this year? And also, how's it different going into a madness virtually versus all the hype that came through last year and previous years, man?
Well, I'll say I'm still, you know, energetic, still happy to be playing because, you know, for a minute there, I thought we weren't going to have a season. So I'm glad that we got a season, you know. And for the virtual madness, you know, it was a little weird because, you know, I'm used to people being there and, you know, coming out. But, you know, it was still a little fun. You know, we still brought energy to it, and, you know, made it fun. But it was a little weird.
Clayton, last question.
Hey, DJ, just going off of kind of what Jason was asking about being a leader this year. I mean, how is it different this time around? You know, last year, a lot of the hype was maybe more focused towards James and Precious. Now you're kind of taking center stage, maybe in a way you haven't seen since you were back at Olive Branch. How has that been?
I mean, it's been a big adjustment because, you know, everything that you do now is like, it's centered on you. Like, so if you get an attitude or you get mad, you know, coach gonna call you out for it. You know, stuff you can get away with last year, like maybe slacking or not doing this and not doing that. You know, you can't do that because, like, everybody look at you as a leader and you got to set the example. So you got to bring it each and every day. And just something I've been trying to do, you know, just like I had to do in high school, you know, just be that consistent leader, be that alpha male and lead everybody on.